Okay, we are finally live. We had some issue with getting the camera. Trishadi tried her best to solve it, but we couldn't. But somehow we managed to come live. So, welcome to the first live of the first pre-match live of the women's 100 2026. And in the first game, it is MI London taking on the defending champion Sunriser Leeds. But you might say that Sunriser Leeds were not the defending champion; it was Northern Superchargers. Yes, they were, but they get rebranded. The Sun Group has taken the franchise, and that is why they have been named new, and they are now coming as the defending champions with a new kind of a name, and that is Sunriser Leeds. As we all know, in IPL, the Sunriser Hyderabad. So that is the case. But Tushadi, MI London, they also got a new name because they are also previously known as Oval Invincibles, but now the MI London, because MI has brought the stake and all. But MI London taking on the defending champions Trishadi at the Oval. So good start from them, at least taking on the defending team at the home ground.
Yes, and I think if you have not noticed, you know what is MI London supposed to mean? It's actually
Mumbai
supposed to be
Indians,
pronounced as no, it's supposed to be pronounced as My London.
MI London. Okay.
And My London, they want it to be My New York. That's what the
Okay.
brand is trying to kind of,
Okay.
use MI as well as use it as My London to get in that franchisee spirit. Because there is one thing, Snehashish, that the 100 as a franchisee has not been able to appeal as much as say an IPL has done. You would literally see a Chennai and Bangalore fan taking on each other, or a KKR Bangalore fan, whatever it is. There is like proper fan wars as far as teams are concerned. But that the team hasn't become synonymous to the people living there yet, which is why this initiative that MI London as My London. So that's one. Now that I've got, and I got to know this from a friend of mine, from a common friend of ours.
Okay.
You have realized who, yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, getting getting to the match, I think it's going to be a super interesting match. And the toss has already happened, by the way. Um,
Okay.
Sunrisers Leeds have won the toss and decided to bowl first.
Okay.
But seriously, both the teams look extremely, extremely strong, And this is what about when you get into franchisee cricket, all of a sudden, you have a World Cup champion and somebody who probably, was ousted in the group stage, both in the same team. I think for the Indian players, specifically in this 100, Sneha, before we go on to discuss the teams and the playing 11s, that is, um, you think for the Indian players, the four of them playing, all four of them bat, in fact, Deepti, of course, bowls as well, this is where they will start to look or this is where they will look to change their change their
Approach.
approach, maybe better
Yes.
their approach.
Yes, absolutely. I think the way India got knocked out in the recent Women's T20 World Cup, I think that was the main thing that we discussed. I think in every live video, that there is a need of changing the approach, be it with the bat, be it with the ball, because the intent between running between the wickets and everything, there is a need of how that you need to change, and maybe this tournament can give you a good platform to practice that, at least to try that. Okay, because in this tournament, even if you fail, that will not make any that much of significant difference in your career. Be
Correct.
frank about that. So I think it is a best stage to to try some new things, to show some more intent, try some different kind of shots, maybe to improve your strike rate that we always talk about. For example, someone like Phoebe Litchfield. Phoebe Litchfield was super impressive in the last season in 100, and
Yeah.
she was the player of
Yeah.
the tournament. And she was part of the Sunrisers Leeds. So I think this is a base test for someone like Smriti Mandana, for someone like Jemima Rodriguez, even Richa Ghosh. I think Richa Ghosh, we always talk about, get struggle to bat in a slowish speech. So as we have seen, in all over the England throughout the T20 World Cup, we were both were there, and we saw that the spinners are getting more help from the pitch rather than the pacers. So I think this tournament can be the best platform for Richa to get some game time and to see what is going on and where she can improve. And for someone like Deepti, all eyes will be on Deepti today as herself, as an all-rounder with the ball, where she is bowling, what kind of pace she is, getting. Because the best thing that happened, all of these four cricketers, for Indian cricketers, that they are in England for a long, long time now. So they are very
Yeah.
accustomed with the conditions. So I think that should not be a problem, and that you cannot term as an excuse. I must say, but let's see how they do. But overall, this is the best stage for everyone to see whether they can improve their intent when it comes to a T20 or maybe the shortest format of the game.
Yeah, absolutely correct, and I agree with him. Before going on further, I would love to read the teams
Yeah.
because, as I just said, toss has been done. Sunrisers Leeds won the toss, and they have decided to bowl first. My London women playing 11 is Danny White Hodge, Haley Matthews, Amelia Kerr, Nicola Carey, Holly Armitage. Holly Armitage is the captain. This is for our viewers who probably do not keep track of the women 100 that regularly, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, that's all the better. If you do not keep track of the women 100, or if you are not able to keep track, you know where to go to, not your TV screens or OTT. Come to Rev Sports. Like, share, subscribe, and watch us. But yeah, Chanel Henry, Kira Chatley, a wicketkeeper, Alice Davidson Richards, Alice Monaghan, Christy Gordon, and Alexa Stonehouse. Sunrisers Leeds women playing 11, Brian Smith, Jess Jonathan, Phoebe Litchfield, Annabelle Sutherland, Lauren Winfield Hill, wicketkeeper, Danny Gibson, of course, the captain, Deepti Sharma, Kate Cross, Sophia Turner, Cassidy McCarthy, Hannah Baker. Before I go on and let's talk a little on Deepti Sharma. Snehashish, Deepti Sharma did start well in the in the World
In
Cup,
the
but
World Cup.
has had an extremely ordinary UK tour. Probably the only player who can say, along with Jemima, who can say that they did not rise to the occasion at all, being seniors. Yes, I know Jemmy's age is not of being a senior, but she has been in the team for a long time. So I think Deepti Sharma, what do you think will Deepti Sharma try to look forward to in the 100?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, that the right pace at which she needs to bowl, she needs to identify that. I think in the same pitch, bowlers like Sri Charani, bowlers like Shriyanka Patil, whatever game time
Yeah,
she managed to put that injury, they
yeah,
were bowling well. They were hitting the right line and length. They were quickly judging the proper line and then in that particular pitches
yeah,
and bowling at a right pace as well. That is why Sri Charani managed to come out as the highest wicket taker. Even
correct.
playing only group stage matches. So I think despite having the experience somewhere, Deepti seem to be trying a little bit hard, maybe trying to bowl a little bit at a pacey deliveries which didn't
Hmm.
work for her. And it
Hmm.
was quite surprising because I know that heading into the England series before the World Cup, even the World Cup, the form was not in Dipti's hands, right? Yeah, I think Dipti was going through a tough phase of regarding the form, but we knew that the kind of caliber player she is, she will come good in the World Cup, and that is what we saw in the first game of the World Cup against Pakistan. She was brilliant. She was brilliant with the ball, and we thought that maybe this is the start of a informed Dipti, and because we all know how Dipti Sharma will be crucial for India. But as tournament progressed, because in T20 format, more than the batting batter Dipti, you need the bowler Dipti in form. But somehow the bowler Dipti,
I will
didn't.
actually go one step forward and say if Lisa Salekar could get both batter and bowler Deepti in UP
Yes.
Warriors, then why should India team not look at the same role? And
Mm,
this has been a forever discussion ever since the World Cup elimination rather, that the roles are not defined. That is
mm,
one more thing that we are looking forward to. You and I have had several discussions on this. In fact, I remember 15, 20 minutes ago, we were discussing about this, that, what will be the roles of the Indian players? And are they going to play a very similar role, or are they getting to play a very similar role in the national side or not? Because otherwise, the exposure, the playing,
mm,
the matches don't then end up in a similar approach in the national side. While you can say, oh, you know what, XYZ is performing against in the 100, but is that's not translating to the India performance. But that's also because maybe you're not playing the same role in the national team. So this role is something that we will be keeping a close eye on. Snehashish?
mm. Yeah, absolutely. I think whether Deepti bowling in the power play or not, or maybe in the death overs, or be it in the middle overs. I think, and if she does well, I think that is the point that I think everyone need to take a note, especially the team India management, that where Deepti can do well. Maybe with the time it can happen with any player, that okay, one player who used to do well, so well in the power play, maybe with time she cannot do. Maybe she will do in the
Correct.
middle over, or maybe in the death
Correct.
overs with the experience.
Correct.
So I think this tournament gives a better platform to the team India management as well, to see whether all these four players are doing well. When it comes to batting of those three batters, and obviously Deepti as an all-rounder. So let's see how the team uses, because ultimately for franchise also, for having so much superstars in their team, it is also very tough job for any captain to use those resources properly. So I think that's a big challenge for any franchise captain. Let's see how Danny Gibson uses Deepti Sharma.
But also, since you brought this up, a very good point, if you look at WPL and think of the
Mm,
five WPL teams and then think of the captains there, Mumbai Indians, of course, has Harmanpreet Kaur. RCB has Smriti Mandana. Um, I'm trying to. Delhi has Jamima
yeah.
Rodriguez, and that's it, right? If I'm not wrong, no other Indian
Yes.
captain. Three
Yes.
out of
No.
five. But
Mm,
here, think of this: Danny Gibson, Holly Armitage. Holly Armitage is someone who doesn't even find, place in the top 15 in England,
mm,
but maybe eventually she will. So
mm,
I also want to talk about this because this has been a recent topic, that grooming leaders. When it comes to franchisee cricket, do you think England is doing a fantastic job? And even in WBBL, do you think they're doing a good job in kind of grooming leaders in the? I wouldn't directly say next generation. Let's say grooming leaders in the next cycle. Sorry.
mhm. Yes, absolutely. See, I think I was reading a piece, I think yesterday only. There is still a talk going on in England that why only three England skippers in 100
Correct.
tournament. Because only
Correct.
Holly Armitage, only Danny Gibson now, and Charlie Dean is the captain, I think
Charlie
London.
did. Yeah.
Yes. So only three. See, Charlie Dean is already in the mix up for the captain series, right? In the senior team. Maybe the next captain of England is Charlie Dean. No doubt about that. Maybe. But when it comes to the next prospect, they are preparing
Yeah.
someone like Danny Gibson. I think Danny Gibson is some player on on whom I think the England Cricket Board has invested so much. Despite
Correct.
her getting so much injury in recent years, if you
Yeah.
see, they brought back her straight in the World Cup mix. She played in the World Cup. She did decent enough, I will say, both with the especially with the ball. But again, showing that faith, and giving her the captaincy also in a franchise team, I think that again shows that how faithful she is for any captain, or for any team management. I think something that team management always comes up, okay, that this player might be very special and she can do the job. So there is something. So maybe this is a huge opportunity for her, because I was quite surprised to see someone like Danny Gibson captaining a side, because who becomes a captain generally, who performs, who plays regularly, right? For Danny Gibson, if you say in the last 2 years, she has not been playing competitive cricket regularly. But still, the way England have backed her, still the way with so much little, sample size, a franchisee backing her, that to a defending champions. You have to mention that as well. That to defending champions taking that risks. I think huge credit to the team management to take that risk. I think that's a huge opportunity for someone like Danny Gibson, an all-rounder. She can do the job from both ends, be it with the bat, be it with the ball, and that's the best way possible for a leader to lead from the front. But let's see how they run. For someone like Holly Armitage, as you mentioned, she has already, she has been doing well, I think, as a leader. I think, and that is why, and for MI London, they have so many options, right? They have Haley Matthews, who can be a better option than her. They have, Melly Card, Amelia Cade is also there. So they have so many better options, but still they're putting faith on someone like Holly Armitage. I think that shows that they have a clear path, that okay, it's time to groom some new players, especially going for England. But let's see how they do in this tournament.
Let's take some comments.
Yes, absolutely.
Bhavna M. Reddy saying, "Hi, Trisha ma'am. It's great to see you back live. Hope you're doing well."
Yeah.
Yes,
From
I
go.
am. Yeah, from Glasgow. I'm okay. Right now, I'm running on that okay fuel. But of course, it's interesting with the new tournaments coming up. Um, and multi-sport is always fun. At one moment, you're covering lawn ball, then the next moment, you're doing weightlifting. Then the next moment you're at boxing. So it's a different kind of a high. Okay, right. Avinash Arora, what do you make of Deepti Sharma in 11 ahead of Jess Johnson? No, Jess Johnson is playing. Jess Johnson
Jay
is also
Johnson.
playing.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Avinash, Jess Johnson is also playing. Deepti poor
I am
form in white
surprised.
ball.
I am
Yeah,
surprised that Sunrise and Leeds didn't pick Darcy Carter. Darcy Carter was batting superbly in the World Cup for Scotland. I
because I
think.
think they went for Brian Smith. No, that's why.
Mm,
I think it'll be a toss up between
mm,
them. Either
yes.
Brian Smith plays
Mm,
or Darcy Carter plays.
mm.
And I think they went for a little bit of franchisee playing experience
Experience.
because the first game, yeah,
Mm,
ideally you want to go off to a good start, in a
yeah.
season. So I think that was the basis. Um, I am work in progress. Hi, Trishadi, can you explain how this 100 format works? Yeah, instead of overs, these are called sets. Every set has 5 balls bowled, and
Mm,
every bowler can bowl 20 balls,
well,
which
mm,
is 4 sets. And batters can bat as many balls they can. 100 balls will be bowled instead of 120. And
yeah.
again, there is no overs, it will be 100 balls. So that's about it. Sixes,
Okay.
boundaries, तो जैसे होते हैं outs, वो सब same ही है. Um, that's about it. Anything in particular, if you have doubt, I am work in progress. Wo पूछ लो. I'll tell that. Bhavna, I'm ready. We have lost 3 ODIs, 1 Test and 1 T20 against Australia, 4 matches against South Africa, 2 against England, and even a T20 warm-up match. Apart from Charney, the team has consistently played below average. We also haven't seen the team management or the captain openly acknowledge these shortcomings or take responsibility in the press conferences. While the Test victory was a great achievement and something to celebrate, we cannot be satisfied with just one success. If India wants to consistently compete with the best teams in the world, we need to learn from these defeats and start winning more matches across all formats. Bhavna couldn't have agreed more. I think the two of us completely agree with you, and we have been saying the same things, to be honest. And hi, Tushadi, according to you, who should be the T20 captain of women if captaincy is changed? See, I would actually say Jemmy, but the problem is Jemmy hasn't really performed well in the recent past as far as T20 is concerned. And my point about Jemmy was simply that, you know what, she is leading a franchisee. She led DC, and I thought she led DC well in the WPL. I don't mind if they go with Shafali as well, because again, I know the point in question is what has Shafali led us to. Shafali has led us to the under 19 World Cup, so I actually don't mind if you get Shafali. And the other thing is T20 is a very Shafali format. Like you
Mm,
cannot do away with Shafali in a T20 format for say the next 7 to 8 years, right? So if there is somebody who's there for 7 to 8 years, which basically means almost 2 Olympic cycles. And Olympic Games, by the way, is T20. So if it's 2 Olympic cycles, then why not go for younger ones? With Smriti, I have no doubt that Smriti will be a good captain. And longer format, my only suggestion is because you want a younger captain. And it is of no fault of Smriti's that she is missing out on the T20 captaincy. It is completely unfair on her. Again, she's not missing out. That's what I think is all that I'm saying. With I thought at least after 2024 we should have taken we should have taken that step ahead, and we should have made Smriti the captain. But
mm,
Snehashish, it is also a telling fact when somebody who's leading you in T20s, right? Harmanpreet is leading India in T20s, part of WBBL or the 100. Clearly, the franchisees of the WBBL and the 100 has moved on from her, but India is, and maybe as a batter she still has a place, but as a captain, you have to move on. You have to give it to the younger lot that we have been continuously talking about.
absolutely. I think for the last 2 seasons, franchises have been, providing those signs. That is why,
Yeah.
Harmanpreet Kaur is finding tough to get a place in any kind of a franchise league, be it the WBBL, be it 100. So I think that is something that the franchises were giving the signs. But see, I think again, I think we have been saying the same thing since the World Cup exit, that Harmanpreet,
Yeah.
the batter, is still needed in that team, no doubt about that. But I think as a skipper, I think it's high time to take a call. But still, still Asian Games, there should be no change, no doubt about that. But let's see after that.
Yeah, Asian Games, there's no chances of changes,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because unfortunately, they have not kept any chance of asking for a
Mm.
change at all. But
Mm.
will Deepti play today? Gish, Deepti is playing. Nice to see you all. Thank you so much.
You.
Sutherland would play well today. One Sunrisers leads to win today. Already sides are chosen. Sunrisers seems to be. But why do you want Sunrisers leads to win, Gitch? For any particular player or just your favorite franchisee?
But on paper, MI London are very, very tough opponent. On paper, I think they
Absolutely.
have
And
better options and better batting unit. The batting unit is horrific.
yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. Where was I? See, इतने comment आ जाते हैं, which is good. But yeah. And I think it is the best time for Jemmy to show her batting and bowling skills both. I hope she bowls. Her coach had promised us that she will bowl, but she definitely hasn't.
Yes, maybe
Gitch,
the
what do
right
you
time
think
has
about
not come.
Mithali Raj? Sorry. Huh?
No, maybe the right time has not come for her.
Okay, could be. Gitch, what do you think about Mithali Raj's views? I feel she's right. I At least I feel she's right. What do you think, Snehashish?
Yes, I think very logical stuff, whatever she's mentioned that thing. And then see, as Tushari mentioned earlier, that when it comes to T20 captaincy and you think, okay, a new leader for long-term solution, Jemima can be your first name. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah,
But again, the
yeah,
performance matters. So then you
yeah,
might think that which can be the alternative name. Again,
yeah,
only name that can come up is Shefali because other has not that much experience. So
yeah,
for Shefali and Jemima, the only problem right now is the consistency, the performance.
yeah,
If they can
yeah.
do that, I think
But that should
this
not be a
debate.
consideration because if you have to consider that, then you have to
Yes,
consider that your current captain is not consistent enough as
exactly.
well.
Exactly. I think that is why, it is time for a tough call. If you really
Yeah,
want to make a move, I think this is the right one because you need to give some time to a specific leader. You cannot ask before
correct.
6 months to a tournament that, okay, you are a new leader, we're looking for you for a long term solution, and now is a World Cup, 6 months away. Just go there and try to win this World Cup. So I think that is, tough for anyone. So let's see what will be the solution going forward.
Okay, let me quickly take the comments
Mhm.
because I have to go to another center.
Yes.
Abhi. Gish, Holy Armitage is a great leader. I saw her leading last year. She also led her team to victory. Yes, Deepthi will play well in 100. She always does well in 100. Then the question arises, why does she not translate that to the national team? Nirala Sarkar, good evening, both of you. What is the number of foreigners allowed in the team? Snehashish.
Uh, I I think it's four. I think
Four,
four.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Is Deepti Sharma, Saurabh Kumar is asking, is Deepti Sharma more of a batting all rounder or a bowling all rounder? In T20, is definitely a bowling all rounder. Mm. Nirala Sarkar, Laura Woolward, vice captain of Southern Brave. Southern Brave ने तो दिल्ली कैपिटल्स बना लिया अपना
हाँ, वो तो
उधर.
पूरा दिल्ली कैपिटल्स है.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah, I think time to. I agree with Gitch. Gitch has written that time to move on from this management. I agree. It is not only Harman. I think Harman, Amol Mazumdar, all of them. Just it's time to bring in new mindset and that change for us to do well. Okay. Pavan Suresh says hi. Um,
I
Anji saying, will Asia Cup happen in August? I know you're saying this because of the war, but there has nothing been, spoken about that it will not happen. It will happen. We'll get, you know, look, it was supposed to happen in Dubai, but it's not like it can't happen. Maybe it can happen in Sri Lanka or somewhere. We'll see, and of course, whatever news we get, we'll keep talking about that. The last, okay, the last question that I will take is: has Shafali become a proper all-rounder or still a work in progress? She's still a work in progress. I think she'll become eventually if she keeps bowling like this, she'll become a proper all-rounder. Right now, she is of course a work in progress. Chalo
mm,
Snehashish, let's
so
close the show.
yes,
Match will also
absolutely, and
start.
Yeah, and I think and we will be back for the post-match show, no doubt about that. And there, please join us and talk about the game and hopefully a good game waiting. But Trishati, before leaving, what kind of a score you are expecting? Am I London batting first? Typical batting lineup. So much firepower in that batting lineup.
Yeah, 180, 180, 180,
Okay,
190.
yeah. Yes, okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm also expecting 170 to 180. Let's see how they
Yeah.
do. Okay, yeah. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Trishadi. And definitely please join back with us with the post-match show. Till then, take care and enjoy the game. Thank you.